the signings of Garrett at $40 million per, and DK at $33 million per. Let's take them one at a time. What's the ripple effect in that pond of the $40 million per contract for Myles Garrett? What's the ripple effect of the rest of the league, Mike?
There's two guys that bubble to the top when we consider the ripple effect of the Garrett deal. First of all, Duke Tobin, the Bengals director of player personnel, said at the Combine that Jamar Chase, their star receiver who won the Triple Crown this past year in catches, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns, he will be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league.
Oh,
well, that number has gone up $5 million per year in the 2 weeks since Duke Tobin said it. So Chase is looking at a floor of 40 now. I think he's going to get midway between 40 and 50. I think he wants 50. He's not getting 50. I think 45 is becoming more realistic. And then there's Micah Parsons. Rich, look, your guys at NFL Network, there have been a couple of Sunday Splash reports suggesting that maybe the Cowboys will eventually decide to trade Parsons. Sean Sharif from 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, the Cowboys flagship station, he said last April, based on talking to 4 people in the building, Micah's act was wearing thin on the Cowboys. You just got to wonder, if Parsons' number starts creeping above $40 million a year, do they consider kind of a Herschel Walker trade? The problem nowadays, though, is what you get in trade and what they have to pay the player, that's tied together. So the more they have to pay the player, the less they're going to want to give you. But still, a trade is on the table, I think. It can't be out of the question until the Cowboys do a deal with Micah Parsons. And we know how the Cowboys like to do business. They drag their feet and drag their feet and drag their feet until the last minute. Meanwhile, the price for Parsons keeps going up and up and up.
You know, and then the question I have coming off of the contract for DK is going back to the Bengals. They've got 2 guys to re-sign. One they have on the franchise tag, so you kind of check the box with T. Higgins if you want to keep operating that way. But then you've got Jamar Chase, and then I guess Trey Hendrickson is another non-quarterback too. I don't know how these contracts don't make it damn near impossible for Joe Burrow to get what he wants, which is to re-sign everybody.
Well, and with Hendrickson, I think the Bengals gave him permission to seek a trade so he could find out he's not going to get Max Crosby money. I think the Max Crosby deal is the thing that was the catalyst for the Bengals to say, go see what's out there. And I think they're quietly optimistic that he'll find out there isn't a multi-year deal for a 30-year-old pass rusher, much more than what the Bengals are willing to pay. And I think that number's around $28 million a year, which is $12 million short of Myles Garrett, but $12 million more than what Hendrickson is due to make this year. And with Higgins, it's very simple. He's due to make $26.16 million this year, and he will be a free agent next year. They won't tag him a third time. So what will they have to offer to get Higgins to trade in that bird in the hand? 26 plus I go wherever I want next year at this time. It's going to be very hard for the Bengals to come up with a long-term deal that will get Higgins to trade in his right to get paid, not great, but pretty good, and then become a free agent, especially if Jamar Chase is going to want $45 million a year. That's just too much money to put in the receiver position when you can go out and draft someone. The problem is they tried it last year with Jermaine Burton. That was a disaster. That's the risk of trading out a high-performing veteran for a rookie. No guarantee the rookie's going to pan out.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.